Well, hello. This is going to be a short video on the LEGO Speed Champions Fast and Furious 1970 Dodge Charger. There's the actual vehicle. Hope it doesn't fall out of my hands and shatter into 1,000 pieces. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually kind of nice. One comment that I will make, the sides on front here, my finger, you'll see those two little notches. I'm thinking of finding a see-through piece of Kobe glass, same color, and putting it on the side as a cornering lamp. Otherwise, it's not a bad car. Let me take the roof off. There's Vin Diesel, Dominic, whatever, sitting in it. And why did I build this? I had it laying around, one, and then two, I saw an ad that said that the next Fast and Furious, Vin Diesel said, should be in Los Angeles, where this car came out of. If you know anything about the movie, supposedly Dominic and his dad made this car. From what I know about this vehicle, when I was a very small child, they either had a 426 Hemi or a 440 V8. Now, if you look at it the way it's supposed to be, the way it's built, it's not a 426 Hemi with a supercharger. It is a 440 V8, and I'm looking for some statistics. It's a Roots BDS 8-71 supercharger. It's belt driven, the black little belt thing. As far as that, I don't really know in terms of modern supercharged and turbocharged cars that uses an intercooler system. I'm sure this does. I just don't know for sure. I didn't search it because the whole thing of this was just a Lego I wanted to build and show you, but I want to give you some details about the car. I do know that the wheels, the front are 255/45 18-inch rims, and the back are 285/50 18-inch rims, which is kind of weird. The front tires are actually bigger than the back tires dimensionally, a little bit. A 45 size versus a 50. I actually had a 45 size on my Kia Forte 5 GDI, which is a nice car. It got destroyed in an accident, though, unfortunately. Not my fault. So this car, the engine would be custom because it would throw a supercharger on it. Aside from that, it's a basic stock 1970 Dodge Charger with a slant window and dual exhaust hanging out the back. Supposedly, this car has a 900 horsepower, according to the lore of the movie. It was not too hard to build. It's kind of actually fun to build. And like I said, I had the kit. I never went around to build it. And I am going to build the Huey from Vietnam, the Kobe one, next. But give it a good look over. I'll try to pop Vin out, but it's a pain in the butt putting him in. Now I'm going to leave him in. It's hard to get him out. But here you can see nitrous oxide tank, the shifter. And the big Roots supercharger. Not a turbocharger, supercharger. Superchargers are mechanically driven and actuated, meaning they have a belt that runs off the engine. Either you could push a button, or like in the case of a Buick Park Avenue, which had a supercharged engine, when you hit a certain need for speed, the supercharger worked kind of like a turbocharger did without a lag, because it's like instantaneous. Foop. But that, I believe, had an intercooler on it. You need an intercooler to keep the engine cool when you're running either a turbo or a supercharger, or a turbo supercharger, because it has a tendency to bring the temperatures up and can cause damage to the engine if you don't properly cool it, or prematurely wear it, where it'll have to be torn down and rebuilt. But anyway, this is a movie car, and if it were a car that you just would decide to build on your own, finding an old Dodge Charger, nice car. But these are kind of single-purpose cars. But it's good to have these just so people see the technology behind these, especially these older cars. These older cars are wicked. Definitely they burned gas, leaded gas, which wasn't good, which I think all that stuff's been cleaned out of the air since 1975 using unleaded gas and catalyst systems, which I think is a good thing. But I mean, I don't know. It wouldn't have normal power steering. It'd be probably a rack and pinion kind of a deal with maybe a power assist pump, but in terms of a full power steering thing, I believe they had them 71, 72. I know they did 1970. They might have too. I don't know. But the technology with the cars and the looks of these cars changed from 1970 to 1974. So basically, you see the last of the old Detroit pinnacle of large style cars, and this is an iconic car. And it's nice to see a V8 powered Dodge Charger because now they have that engine, that straight six twin turbo, whatever, 3 liter. It don't cut it because a V8, a basic, not really fancy but true to itself pushrod V8, which most of these Hemi engines that they had at Chrysler make these vehicles great. But once again, Fast and Furious 1970 Dodge Charger. Picked it up and built it because I heard another movie's coming out, and I wonder if this will be in the movie. I know it got destroyed a couple times, a couple of different versions of Fast and Furious and followed, but it'd be nice to see it back. It's a neat, kind of an iconic car now. And there it is. Speed Kings, Lego Speed Kings, Dodge Charger, Daytona. Oh, and it has California plates. So I hope you enjoy this, and I will have the one on the Huey as soon as I get it built. That's the only thing that's holding me back on that. And hopefully it'll be built quickly, and I will give it to you. That's about it, and I might have some other crazy stuff I'll post up. But aside from that, I'll end this here and talk to everybody else later. Thank you, and bye.